What is going on, everybody? Antonius the Gaming here, back once again with Super SSS Rank. We are the Press Start Select Podcast. S Rank, how are you doing tonight?
Doing very good. Um, yeah, can't complain. Celebrating came from celebrating the homie's wedding. So
Okay.
feel good, feels
Nuptials are
good,
always
feels
good,
good, man.
especially
Feels good
especially
to
in this day and age. You know, divorce rates over sixty
Yeah, yeah,
percent. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, glad y'all made it to the altar at the very least.
Well, well, the 60% of people remarrying. So the statistics
Yeah, but just
they leave
just
that stuff out.
not being scared to commit, right? Like this, we're the generation that seems
Gotcha,
to have
gotcha.
commitment issues. Like, but the grass is really green on that side for the 40th time in a row. Like, fam, just please, like, buckle down and figure it out.
Man, everybody that bandit Keith energy
Yeah,
is not good
at
for
all
you, man.
times on both sides. But that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Um,
hmm
Nothing new for me. I'm just really ready to get into it. It's just like we're trying to do this more consistent podcast, and every week the itinerary is full. It fills itself up every single time.
It's like they know.
Yeah.
They know.
Oh, you want to
Like,
do
how
what? Be
can we
more
make the
efficient?
headlines?
Yeah.
How can we make the headlines for Press Start Select again? Let's do it.
Who
All
said we
right.
run out of
Uh-huh.
topics? But
For
with no
real.
further ado, we're gonna get right into the gaming big news. Starting off with some of the news that we didn't get to fully address last week, which is fine because both of these topics added more content to be discussed this week. One of those things being Ubisoft. Now, for those who are not in the know, Ubisoft, the timeline of this is insane because in the past 2 weeks, we went from all the whispering and internet bubbling that Ubisoft was about to shadow drop the Prince of Persia remake to Ubisoft coming out and like, no, not only are we not shadow dropping it, it's canceled. It's never coming out. And on top of that, we canceled like 4 other games and we're refocusing on trying to build billion-dollar franchises, which is AKA more Far Cry, more Assassin's Creed, and there was one other franchise that escapes me right now that they're going to focus on. And part of my conflict with this topic was like we've talked about Ubisoft. This was like when we were talking about Warner Brother games. Like I don't know what else to add to what we've said about this company because how much worse can it get? Like, now we got the some of the labor force, the union labor force for Ubisoft, talking about like some of the employees there don't feel comfortable with the CEO still in power, and that they won't feel comfortable at work until he steps down. So, S Rank, tell me, what do you think about Ubisoft? Why was it so hard to make Prince of Persia work? And what does the future look like for this company?
Oh man, I mean, for me, every time I hear something about Ubisoft, I just hear I just hear the 300 trailer. Be prepared, Sparta will burn to the ground. But this is the alternate reality, and this is where it's burning down to the ground.
Mm.
Um, I I don't even know where to begin, man. Like this is it's like, am I watching a skit? Or am I watching like an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where a verse? I'm trying to yeah, like what am I watching? So I mean, man, if like that report where the actress didn't even know the game was canceled till she found out through the internet,
And again, we don't know if
if
that's
that
Prince of
was
Persia. We
true,
don't know.
if we don't know if but she's the actress, right?
No, it was never confirmed that she was the actress.
Oh, okay, okay,
It's just
okay.
like, what other
All
game
right.
would you have found out got canceled the same week that Ubisoft canceled these games? So it's like, even if it wasn't Prince of Persia, it must have been one of these other unnamed games that got like it had to have been an Ubisoft game.
Bro, like what else can you say? Because
Well, let me ask you this.
I just
Let
like
me ask you this.
okay.
What is it about Prince of Persia that they don't think it could work? What am I missing? What about this is so
I
hard?
don't think that I to be honest with you, uh, it's what everybody secretly wants. Whenever we play an Assassin's Creed game, wouldn't it be fun if we could just reverse all the way back on top of that ledge?
But
But
why is that
I
hard?
don't know. I just really believe um the CEO currently is a stand user. I feel his stand is operating right now as we speak. Blind ignorance, stat power, enable making rational, capable decisions. I don't know, man, because that's what it feels like, fam. Why is we the people telling you what we want? You've been seeing other companies actually listening to their
And
fans
profiting.
and actually profiting a, a heavy amount, right? Hey, we want Capcom versus SNK. You do? We're gonna bundle it with a couple of games that we also wanted to make, and we make our money back. Look at Marvel versus Capcom. Like, why? How is that game making that much revenue again
Right.
for the millionth time?
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like making AAA numbers,
Right.
right? So for me, like you keep pumping Assassin's Creed. You got rid of some of your best characters. And if God forbid you guys cancel Black Flag, which is considered next to two the best best
Assassin's
Assassin's
Creed.
Creed.
Well, supposedly, again, if the rumors are to be believed, Black Flag remake just got pushed back to 2027. It's not outright canceled because it was also never officially announced either. That's the other thing of like you can't really cancel something that was never like greenlit publicly.
And it's to me, I don't know if they're aware of what they have in their hands because Prince of Persia, out of all the games you have, is the only game if you ramp up the combat that can compete. At the time when it came out, there were only three games that people were thinking about. It was Ninja Gaiden, Devil May Cry 3, and Prince of Persia. Those three were the three action games that you had to play on each console
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Prince of Persia was on more of
Multi-platform, yeah.
excuse me, multi-platform. But even still, that's some of the best storytelling for me in an action game. I love that story. I love the gameplay. Prince of Persia 2, even more incredible.
Mm.
Fight it to another level. And so right now, so right now, looking at the decisions that they're making, I don't I don't even know if this company actually really wants to exist anymore. I think they're just gonna burn it until it's all gone. Or they
I feel
gonna
like they
go
do
up
want
for
to
sale. I
exist, but they don't want to change their ways. Like someone where it's like not to like again we always use movie quotes. We're gonna use the old ways. It's like yeah, but your old ways are outdated now. Like not to completely cut you off, but it's just like, okay, you guys got here because you believed in yourselves, dropped Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed, what was it? Valhalla was one of the most, like, the best selling Assassin's Creed in the franchise. Far Cry 3 is considered a classic in the gaming community. People love 4 and 5. It's like you have a bunch of different things where it's like clearly like you had the blueprint for something. But then it's just like, but then you also do these weird things where it's like, okay, so we're not getting any more Tom Clancy games anytime soon, but you gave him an anime for some reason, then
and he's not even the main character.
you announce an anime with no game. Okay, then I've probably made you and Tim's ears bleed talking about Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. You don't market it. You disband the team. But now you're talking about pre-orders for Prince of Persia Rogue or whatever it's called. So I'm like, you clearly want to do something with this franchise, but then you cancel the thing that put it on the map in the first place because it wasn't good. But you had the Lost Crown. So
I
if
just
the argument was like the Lost Crown and they had the Prince, well then take the Lost Crown team and put them on Prince of Persia: Sands of Time.
no, I just want to meet my yearly bonus. That's I just want my yearly bonus.
Right.
If I fund these games, my $1 million bonus won't come to be.
Yeah. Then you had
And
what's it
plus I
called?
want to invest in AI.
Skull and Bones, which was announced at the time as a quadruple A game. Remember that? Where is that?
Buns.
Right. Where is it?
Listen, okay, so
Trinidad. Yes.
I mean, the company doesn't want to exist. To me, Ubisoft, I like almost get confused every time hear Ubisoft and BioWare. I think it's almost the same company sometimes. The way they move,
Hmm.
the decisions they're making. I don't believe that the company wants to exist. And if they do, they just probably want to do cell phone games. They don't want to do anything that requires creativity from what I'm
Right.
seeing.
Like you guys just want to hate create.
They don't they just want to they want AI. I sit back, I talk to the computer, I type in make a game about cooking. I draft it one time. I don't have to pay any of my staff for creativity. I don't want to deal with people having rights or asking for more pay. I can go ahead and just get what I want, and have it just pump out money and just relax. I don't want any effort being done. And then from the very beginning, even just seeing a lot of these games being made, they pump out Assassin's Creed how many times? It's like it has enough Madden numbers. Like it's Madden.
Right.
It lost all of its appeal. I don't care about any of the characters. Um, like
I would
once
argue that some of the
once Assassin's
premises
Creed
for Assassin's Creed should be done with Far Cry, if we're being honest. Does that sound crazy? Like
mm,
you could do because you
see, and
can do whatever with
that's
Far Cry.
listen, and that's why I have a problem with the why are we coming up with these concepts? You get paid to do this.
Right.
I just is Ubisoft responsible for Anthem as well, or is
No,
it BioWare
that was Bioware.
or EA?
No,
EA,
yeah. Oh, you're right.
BioWare,
Yeah.
EA. Okay,
Technically through
I don't
respawn,
know,
technically, but EA.
man. Like I to me the company doesn't want to exist anymore. They don't want to do it. They don't want anything to do with creativity, creating a game. They don't. And to me, it's evidence of it. They don't want to exist because how do you let it get this bad?
Yeah. I, I just don't think they just don't have that like, and I know it gets tricky, right? Because most companies would rather play it safe. But I think they just don't have that fire anymore, right? So like when we talked about a couple episodes ago, when it was like, yeah, there had been an idea pitched about an Assassin's Creed in which the guy takes down the KKK, and they thought it'd be too controversial. It's like you thought Django with guns, well, more guns, I should say, would be too controversial. Are you serious?
That'd have been your best selling. That'd have been your best selling aside. You think if Rockstar doesn't do Red Dead Redemption 3 and the main character not be black, you think that they're not gonna sell? If the main character was black?
Right.
That thing is gonna sell to the fourth power.
Right. Rockstar probably was like, you're not gonna do what? Hold on. Let me go ahead and jot this one down. Did they copyright that? Let's move.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Infiltration.
bro. To me, I'm like, because the
Um,
thing is like you would have even like gripped or protected yourself, because anyone that's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're doing all this like white male violence, is like, no, we're doing KKK violence. So are you saying that you're aligning with the KKK? Is that what you're like you kind of shield yourself from that like rage bait of like, no, we're talking about a hate group, right? We don't like hate groups, supposedly.
we we should not be coming up with these pitches. Like I just don't. That company is so disappointing, man. I just go away, go away,
Yeah.
man. Let these people be free to pursue and get their creative
Yeah, ideas out somewhere where it matters.
drives
Yeah.
going someplace where it matters.
I
Like
agree with you. I look even at Watch Dogs sometimes. Like, you couldn't figure out Watch Dogs. You couldn't figure this out.
the best the worst the gameplay could have been was Grand Theft Auto 4 in limitations as far as technology.
Right. And you didn't even have to make a big open world,
but
but just
no.
being able to control the environment with your phone and all the things. I'm like, you couldn't figure this out, really? Okay, I mean,
All the espionage movie, all these people that are making the games, I don't know if they play games. I don't know if they do any form of media. They just said, "Oh, this might be easy. Let me just do it. Let me come to this field like a Home Depot worker
mm,
and just treat it like manual labor." Because I'm like, we're just making games. We're just making games. It should not be this hard
yeah,
to make a video game. I understand there's this challenges. It's not what I'm saying. Out of all the career jobs you could have done, doing neurosurgery, I know is a lot more
right.
difficult
And but you're doing it for the love.
and way more intense. And you're doing, but this is something you're doing for the love of it.
Yeah,
You know,
no, I'm with you.
I think the company, it should never get to a point to where your own staff is requesting that you leave. Had this been the 300s, dog, they'd have seized homie, bust down the doors, grabbed them kid. You would have had dog with his with his quiver. The people have spoken. Like,
For
dog.
freedom,
Yeah, bro.
liberation.
Yeah. Viva la
Viva,
la!
viva, viva la
Yeah, bro.
revolution. And they're French. Oh God. And they're a French-based company. I mean, history does tend to repeat itself.
Oh my
This just
goodness.
in.
I can see the dude with the cigarette.
Yeah. Ubisoft CEO forcibly ousted by staff.
Have a seat. Have a seat, sir. No, please. Seat. I'm coming here on behalf of the people. You are no longer welcome. I want you to go ahead and jump off the building, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Just
don't
sitting
know,
there with a
dog.
V for
Just
Vendetta mask on. Just
yeah, V for Vendetta mask. Just not happening, man.
nah, I hear you. I mean, as much as I would hate to see like some of their IPs go away, I'm like, if this is what we're doing, just like you said, just go, please. Just please, like, thank you for the memories. I guess I'll always have Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood and Unity in my heart. Like,
I mean, after that, what does this company have down their belt to where we like, oh my gosh, we're clapping like sea lions? Nothing.
you telling me you didn't enjoy Avatar, the Island of Pandora, whatever it was called. You didn't enjoy Star Wars Outlaws. That's right. Is that what you're telling me? These guaranteed money making IPs because everybody cares about everything Avatar.
You canceled 1313.
Hey, it's like they get into a room and it's like, what is the exact opposite that we can do that people will want to see from us? Let's fund it. Let's do it. But yeah,
And if you guys are using AI, you don't use AI to help conjure up a good idea that'll actually make sense.
I mean, you could
Yeah.
actually make the argument like this is why AI doesn't work, right? Like, see what happens.
Yeah, you can. My goodness.
Yeah.
All right.
But let's move on to something a little bit more, I guess potentially upbeat, at least from my view. Um, again, another topic we didn't really get to last week, but as fate would have it, there's just more content to discuss. There's been interviews with some of the creative directors. There's been more footage put out. Crimson Desert, ladies and gentlemen, has officially gone gold. And for those who don't know, gone gold basically means, yo, this game is actually coming out. When a game goes gold, that means like they're shipping out copies, getting the case together, so on and so forth. And I think the overlying question that's been throughout the industry, and understandably so, and I've had this exact question since you mentioned it on the podcast, and I went to go watch the gameplay. Can this game, whatever it ends up trying to be, it looks like the game, right? If it's like, oh, what's the genre? It's the game. Like, is it an RPG? Yes.
The
Action
game.
adventure? Yes. Life simulator? Yes. Like, do you think this is something? Can it actually pull off whatever it seems to be looking to achieve?
I think it's going to, man, because this looks like video game the game.
Elaborate, please.
No, like when I say it looks like video game the game, like it doesn't care that you can put a mech. There is no mechs in this type of world. We're gonna put a steampunk mech in the game. We don't care. We're gonna let you fly a robotic dragon. We
Right,
don't care. We're gonna also let you go to a sky island.
right.
I don't care. And
And you
like
can glide and
they don't
conjure
care.
spells and swing a
And you
sword.
can glide and conjure spells and DDT somebody off onto a shield. They don't care.
Right.
So I think this game is gonna do well from everybody playing it. They seem to get the combat. The combat doesn't feel like a Souls-like game. This is it just no, you get in there and you fight.
Hmm.
You also have access to a horse, right? Dragon's Dogma. And it's just I'm curious as to how many staff members help make this game,
Hmm.
you know? It seems to be a game full of a lot of content. The characters are alive. The city looks alive. I can't wait to see and get my hands on it. But I do think it's going to succeed. I think it's going to be a big hit, a big success, unless it runs horribly and the story's like awful. Even if the story's awful, the stuff that you can do in there will mitigate, will balance out. But I feel like it's going to have a decent story. From what I'm seeing, the theme is pretty simple,
Yeah. But I'm with you. I think even if it doesn't, I
and
think if they can pull out the mechanics, most people won't care.
yeah, yeah, and most people will not care. I'm gonna go run off this horse and just start diving off of the sky building, whatever sky tower or
Attach my
XYZ.
gliding tunic and
Uh,
then shoot rain fire.
Shoot rain fire, just rain on people. You know what I'm saying? The boss battles seem to be challenging
Hmm.
and their own way, with even within the open world. I don't feel like you'll benefit from just running away. Um,
Well, most of it
but
seem to be like
I think it's
closed
gonna be.
arenas. Like that dragon fight they showed is like you can't escape. Like it's you got to be
But it
there.
was it was it was an organic closed
No,
arena.
yeah, like it wasn't like the
Yeah, you know what I'm
glowing
saying? Like
invisible lines you see where it's like, up, it's a boss
yeah,
fight.
yeah, like, look up,
Yeah.
this is a Star Wars game.
Hmm.
Respawn, you feel me? An arena, up, lightsaber battle all the way.
Hmm.
No, I think it's gonna be I'm not as worried as about it anymore because um number one, they got the finances. This is a Crimson Desert game. And Crimson Desert was the only game looking the way it was looking at the time of release. So people still play it, they're still making trailers for it. I think it's gonna do fine. I think this is gonna be the Warframe of its genre.
I think I was actually thinking more like the Elder Scrolls for casuals. When I mean
Actually,
casuals, I mean like people who play Elder Scrolls is like I respect it. That's not what I don't hear 100+ hours and get excited. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like Crimson Desert might be 100 hours, but it will probably end at that 100 hours. So like that we probably kind of hit the what the game can do at that point versus the living, breathing, never ending Elder Scrolls 5, where it's like, yeah, I just modded a car into there and I'm driving off. It's like, you got it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
What would the game need to get, like on average, out of reviews for you to be like, okay, I'm copping this for Crimson Desert? Like, let's just say it gets like a 5 out of 10 generally across the board. You still buying it?
5 out of 10 across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I wouldn't buy it. I probably on sale.
Because again, I think that
But
the understandable concern is like maybe this game got a little bit too ambitious. Like there is such a thing of like, we talk about this all the time when it comes to creatives of like you need someone to kind of rein in some of these ideas sometimes. Or like, no, let's just stay here for a second. Don't. Ooh, what's that? Too much. Like let's just kind of flesh this out. And I think that's something that this game could potentially run into of like, man, I really like this, but then we kind of got into the whole fishing simulator for the next 45 minutes in the game, and it just kind of took me out, you know?
I don't know. I feel like from they were intending to make this game a Black Desert Online prequel. then
Right.
it wind up becoming its own game.
Right.
I think that's a good sign. When you notice that your game is becoming something else and you change it, I think that's a very mature decision.
Mm-hmm.
And so usually games that do that, the turnarounds off the turnarounds often better than what usually happens on the opposite end of that. So for example, Resident Evil going first person actually turned out to be in its favor. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it
Mm-hmm.
gave the franchise the reboot it needed. Now we have something to where we can do both.
Right.
And therefore now we've reached this pinnacle form of Resident Evil. So I think that's a step in the right direction, realizing what you have and hey, let's make this thing its own. And so I'm excited for it. After seeing what they were able to do, it's not the graphics didn't get worse. The
No.
gameplay didn't every time they went on hiatus, they said we're sticking to this. And I think it's great. I think it's well mocapped. Motion capture's done
Mm-hmm.
extremely well. The animation's fire. It's better than most of these games that are coming out, where the
I agreed.
animation still looks like still looks like they're moving from Toy Story 1. So or you're watching Reboot or Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking Beast Wars, 1997. So yeah. Rat Trap. And you can just see the pixelation in
Right.
the
Right.
arms.
Right.
Like, yeah. We're gonna be very pleased. For me, I won't accept nothing. I won't accept anything less than a 7.
I think a 7 is fine.
A 7 will be
Yeah.
fine for a game like that. I'm hoping I'm really hoping it's an 8, 8.5.
Yeah.
That'll be sweet spot for me.
I'd be fine with a 7 if the knocks that keep it from a 10 are story related. So like if they
Okay.
nailed the like mechanically is the things you could do, but the story is lacking, the characters feel empty. Great. So I've got Bayonetta in an open world. Fantastic. We did it. Like you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
Okay. Gotcha.
you
Gotcha.
know?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I think it's gonna do. I have a lot of confidence in this. A lot of the games from China or Korea, they've been very promising. We know that Wukong wasn't the Wukong that we were expecting it to be,
No.
but it still wind up becoming its own. So we definitely know the next game that they do, I expect for it to be phenomenal.
Right. Like we can
Uh,
tell very well that they figured out boss fights, right? Like if nothing else, the boss fights will be present.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think we're on the same page of like, like I said, ever since you told me about it and I started looking into it, I'm like, okay, it's something I've kept my eye on. I'm like, I'm definitely curious to see how this turns out. This is not just another game where I'm just like, whatever. I'm like, no, I'm genuinely interested in like, okay, is this gonna end up being a day one cop for me?
No, the first time I seen the trailer and I saw the camera work done with it, I was like, yo, this is well directed.
Mm,
This is well directed. So they have a lot of stuff in there going for it,
yeah.
man. Like there's not one bad scene where I was like, yeah. I was
There
like,
was
no,
a
this
couple
is well
mechanics
directed.
in that Metal Dragon fight where I was like, not the most. Not this is not what we're seeing from Ties of Annihilation by comparison in terms of spectacle is what I
Oh
was. You know what I'm saying?
no,
Like that was, I was like, this is
got you. Yeah.
fairly tame for a boss
Yeah,
fight.
let's not blow up the PlayStation 5 if
Yeah.
it's not a pro, you know. Let's not do that.
Right.
So let's I think that's responsible, man.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no.
let's not over deliver after that.
And it's one of
We
question
got
mark boss
frames
fights.
sliced
You know what I'm saying? Like, so could be, it could be, it could escalate for all I know. I'm just saying, like, that particular one, I was kind
and
of
that
like,
could
eh.
and then if they if somebody from Pearl Abyss is watching, little do they know that this is our second week of completion.
This is
While we were
this was a
making this,
tutorial.
you'll be blown away by the end. You
Right,
know,
right, right,
then
right.
I'll take that.
That's fair. All right, let's keep the topics moving. So next up, this happened maybe 48 hours before we recorded the podcast. Because like I keep saying, you put it out in the universe, we need news, the game industry will answer you. Tekken 8 Season 3 Shadow drops a trailer and announces 3 out of 4 new characters. Kunimitsu, Bob, and Roger Jr. S rank. What are our thoughts about Tekken 8 Season 3? Is this the beginning of the redemption arc? Are they throwing a Hail Mary pass? Is this the thing that sinks the ship? Like, what are your thoughts?
Okay. This could be the revival arc.
Ooh, hot take. Go on.
Yeah. I don't think Tekken 8's unsalvageable.
Hotter take. Go on. This man's cooking.
Um, yeah, I don't think it's unsalvageable because for us, yeah, the story there was opportunity there with the story. Um, season 3 getting announced. Okay, I started from the very beginning. I don't think it's unsalvageable. I think you can still there's a lot of great moments that Tekken 8 has given people that people don't want to admit. You can't let the pro players talk for you. Do you enjoy the game? Yes or no?
Mhm.
A lot of the issues people were having was online. Again, you can't have a fighting game or any multiplayer game to where it's mostly competitive and for to not have a functionally functional system when it comes to multiplayer. It's unacceptable.
So what do you?
There's
What is it
no
that you
question
see
about it.
from the season 3 trailer that you feel like it might rectify that?
So balancing characters, number one, that's another
Okay.
issue. People were having a problem with the characters' balances. Why is this character able to do this? And of course, people want a game to where I don't have to worry about you getting one combo on me in my life bar. I'm just fly. I turn into a
Yeah, you
hangman. I'm
transition
just
to a
flying.
cutscene. Yeah.
Turn into a volleyball. Yeah, right. Turn into a volleyball at that point.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of things that I like the heat system. I think it's cool.
So do
Doesn't
I.
bother me. It applies pressure. Hey, let's stop the doop 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 the blocking game simulator. Let's play. Let's play. Let's get in there. Let's fight. I just think a lot of what people wanted from Tekken was hands, not mini Soul
Gods and
Calibur light.
monsters. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, not Soul Calibur light. Like if Ogre stick to hand combat, okay, he can do a key blast. I'll take that. If Jack can release a missile, he's a robot. I'll take that from Jack alone. But do I want Anna and uh Nina Cassie Cage to shoot me while I'm fighting? No, I
Hmm.
don't. Do I mind that Yoshimitsu? Yes, Yoshimitsu. That's fine. Yoshimitsu's original sword was a laser sword. So,
Hmm.
I'm not really hard pressed about that. I think that's unique to him. All the other characters now having like Law finally using nunchucks. No, now let's keep it. And then next thing you know, Feng Wei is gonna pull a sword out of his mouth and start. I don't want that, man.
Well, I
You know what
mean,
I'm saying?
not for nothing. I think just based off the little bit they showed of Kunimitsu, I'm like Kunimitsu is about to be doing ninjutsu, like Naruto ninjutsu,
Oh,
Ninpo.
hey, as long as she keeps it Kekkei base, as long as she uses Kekkei, we good, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Um, but I don't think it's unsalvageable. I think if what'll save Tekken is if it's balanced the way people want it to be. If it's more fun competitively and it doesn't feel cheap, like cheap victories, you're gonna win because you're using this character. You're just gonna win because this character has plus frames on everything.
Mm.
If you can win with every character off of it being just skill, then we have ourselves a Tekken game.
But
And I think all the other mechanics with it will people will
is
it'll
that
be
even
forgiven.
possible in a
That's one.
fighting game? Like, I don't think fighting. I can't think of a fighting game where every character is fairly balanced. I can't think of one. They've gotten close.
No. And when I say, of course, Mike Tyson will have an advantage over someone who punches slower than him.
Because, like, for
But how do
example,
I
like
utilize
Roger Jr., I'm like, how are you going to balance a kangaroo? Like, how, you know what I'm saying? Like, how does that work in terms of mechanics?
Now, this is where I get to my second. I think season three's was a missed opportunity, but these things were probably already set in stone. They were already working on these characters from the very beginning. I think at least um that last character is gonna make or break season three, whoever
But
that
that's not
is.
good. It
It's
all
not
the
good
dice is all
because
rolled on the fourth winter mystery character. That's not good.
yeah, that's not good. Um, I'm gonna only be optimistic to say it's good because they probably were gonna put another character and say, no, we're gonna put Tifa in the game. We're gonna put Tifa in the game. We have to put Tifa in the game. That's probably why that turned out to be what it was.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say that because that'll definitely save. That'll definitely give it momentum. I think right now, if the core gameplay is what the people want, then Tekken can be revived like No Man's Sky, and we can easily get ourselves a fourth season. But if the game is somewhat the same, people get their hands on it, I think it's gonna die very fast. And I think they're gonna wait till have to do Tekken 9.
I guess to where my skepticism comes is like while I do see potential in all three of these characters, right? Like I said, Kunimitsu is probably gonna be very, very flashy, right? Tekken's version of Ibuki, for example, if we're making a Street Fighter comparison. Um, Bob is a little bit more niche. Like I know the Tekken community loves Bob, but the casuals don't love Bob, right? So I'm like, you're picking Bob because I know it's almost like a cult classic character. Like Tekken fans like Bob, but do you want to pay for Bob, right? And then Roger Jr.
Okay,
It's like
that's where it's
you got to be a meme at
Roger
this
Jr.
point.
should have never been a part of it. That should be a bonus character for
I
free
agree.
towards the end
I agree.
of Tekken's life cycle. Those characters, I should not have to pay for a kangaroo, a marsupial.
No, I'm
Like you
with you,
play as
and I
panda.
like Roger Jr.
Yeah, like
I like Roger Jr. I like
those
Smokey
characters.
Jin, but I'm like, I'm not paying for these characters.
No, like you're wasting resources on characters nobody's gonna really play like that unless they want to be comical. You got your Danny Beakies out there, and the people
Right.
like to
It's
play
for
as
the
Blanca.
memes.
Do I take them? No, I don't take
If
them
Roger
serious.
Jr. does the Nawa
Uh,
Zenin meme where he falls back his ears, he's beating you, people are gonna be like, oh, like it's gonna work. It's gonna work.
until until it doesn't, you go up against a serious Mishima and gives you the hell sweep.
Mm.
It's not fun anymore. But that's where I'm at. I don't know where the Tekken team's mindset is. I don't know if they've already planning to do 9. Um, I don't know if they wanna still even try to salvage this because from the previous interactions with Mike Murray and now Harada retiring, I don't know where the mindset of these the people who are gonna helm Tekken, where is it, you know?
I
You
agree.
you got you got the voices of the community, the faces of Tekken being very hostile with the fans and back and forth.
Mm.
It doesn't show me that for me, you as a CEO, or I mean not CEO, but you as a very important key piece of Tekken to kind of like to allow them to pull you down off your horse. It's not good, man. You should be above and be able to reply to the uh, very ignorant fan base. Very simple in 3 words. To the point that we get crazy comments all the time, and we just ask you a simple question, and hey, look, then I didn't mean to be that rude.
Right. Or the comments get real quiet
Yeah,
afterwards.
yeah.
Like
No
suddenly there's no
reply. You know what I'm
response.
saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Disconnect. But yeah, that's how I feel. I think Tekken could be salvageable if the gameplay is there. I think the characters are fire in this game. I like the heat system. Doesn't
I
bother
agree
me.
with you. I
Um,
would actually argue
and
that
I just
Tekken
think
8 is their version of Street Fighter 6 in the sense of like this was supposed to be the style overhaul for these characters, if that makes sense.
just some of the roster decisions leave a bad taste in their mouth. And it's now getting to the point where it's rotten.
Yeah,
I have a rotten
right.
tooth.
Every season,
I
there's characters I'm like, but why?
I would have never if you want to sell Bob, you have to sell Bob in a crazy package, and he
Of
has to be
heat.
the
Yeah,
second
yeah, yeah, yeah.
character.
Of heat.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Of heat. Oh, okay. I'll
Right,
allow it.
right, 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 right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be that. You can't sell me Bob Kilimitsu where people okay. That's a the scale goes up. Bob, and then Roger, flatline.
Right.
You know, I go I'll even go further. I said they should have just dropped Murdoch.
Murdoch, Julia. If you really wanted to
They
just
should have dropped
like, we're just gonna do whatever. Who cares about lore? Bring back Jinpachi. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do it. Just like
just
whoa.
do it. At this point, just Jibachi. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Or if you really wanted to do damage, bring back Bruce. It should have been Kunimitsu, Bob, Bruce, and Lei.
But I think to what you said earlier, the fourth character has to be Tifa. Like no
No.
matter what, like it has like Tifa has to come this
That
season.
if you don't put Tifa in the game,
Because
there's this is the because this right now this is looking like a C minus,
right,
a D minus, a
say
D minus, a D plus.
save this clip, save this podcast prediction, because we think the Final Fantasy VII Part 3 is coming out next year. This is the winter character.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Tifa Lockhart announced for Tekken 8 towards the winter with a Final Fantasy based stage to celebrate the game coming out next year.
Now you went from a D plus to a B plus
In one announcement.
in one announcement. I think that's the only way to go. Now, if you want to sell Roger, you do a fantasy pack. Roger, Angel, Ogre, and whatever nonsense. Okay, Mokujin,
Moku's
and
voice. Yeah.
you sell a pack like that. That's how you do it.
Hmm.
You do a Angel, uh, Ogre, Mokujin, and then Roger. That's how you sell those
Hmm.
packs. Oh, okay. Because this one has no ties to do to the story. It's all fun and games. You want this extra, but well, listen, people will pay for it because this is a pack to where it's fun. Or you make Roger a bonus character.
Yeah.
I myself, I would not charge you for that roster. Bob should never be a character unless Bob is technically revamped. Bob should have been baseline.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree with you.
Anna. I just don't know, man. I don't. I'm very. It's very. This could make or break. If it's not Tifa, and if it's Chun Li, they'll probably go crazy.
It'll do.
That'll work.
Chun Li would do well. Chun Li would do well. She would. I think that would be like a consolation prize in a weird way because like we're still getting the Tekken Street Fighter teases, but it has to be Tifa. It has to be.
Yeah. No. We agree. It has to be Tifa. We agree. It has to be
Right.
Tifa.
Has that message hit the?
But why would we give you
Right.
what you
Right.
want?
Right. Fair enough. And on that note, we'll move to the next topic. But you're right.
We'll move to
You're
the next
absolutely right, bro. So let's get now that we're out of some of the bigger news, let's get into some Nintendo news. All right. Now, not too much, right? Mostly a lot of sales talk and things of that nature. But one of the controversial things that happened over the past week is the game Dispatch, right? That everybody kind of knows about. That came out last year, is winning all these, great reviews, getting good awards, things of that nature. Dispatch is coming to the Switch too, but people have found out that there's going to be a mandatory censoring from Nintendo of some of the more mature themes, and I think slight nudity that's in the game, and you cannot turn it off. It's in the game no matter what. So if you've already paid for this game, if you pre-ordered it, it's like you're gonna get a I can't say watered down experience, right? I don't know if I go that far, but you're gonna get a version that you have no control over how the content is presented to you. Now people are upset because this wasn't how this was initially advertised. It was almost like a whoops, forgot to tell you that this is how the game's coming out. And what's also been pointed out, which I think is a fair point, is the eShop ain't exactly the most content controlled. There's a lot of under the radar adult games that have made it to the eShop that aren't censored
On the Switch too?
on the no, just the general eShop
Of the
of
Nintendo.
Nintendo. There's
Okay.
a lot of big chest, big eyes, come save me style games on the eShop. So people are like, so you're doing quality control, but this can make it. But some cheeks on dispatch is where we draw the line. So that's Frank. What do you think about the way they're handling dispatch? Is this a selective censoring? What does this say about Nintendo and like their I guess you could say family centered values, right? For lack of a better phrase. What are your thoughts on that?
That's weird. Sell Bayonetta to PlayStation or something, or give it back to
If
Sega
you feel so strongly about it, right?
if you feel so strongly about it. I don't. Again. It's what I feel about this generation's very bizarre, self-righteous, um, selective
It's selective
censoring.
outrage
It's
to
just
some degree.
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's weird. I'm like, yo, you can take something like The Boys, where now this doesn't have anything to do with Nintendo, but it's just the echoing throughout all of media. It's way better now, but that's just bizarre. I don't know if because Dispatch has more of a because of the style Dispatch is. I don't
that's a
see
fair
why.
that's a fair point as terms as the why. But I'm like, but would that my question to you would be, would that appeal to, let's say a minor, right? Would that appeal to a minor more than like Invincible's art style?
My thing is, it's a mature game. The ratings on there.
Yeah,
You're not responsible. That's why you have the ESRB rating system. Yes or no?
yeah.
Then why would you even allow, like, for me, if I'm someone, I'm like, why don't I just play this on my Steam Deck
Or on it,
if they're gonna
literally
do
any other
that?
platform.
Or any other platform. Wait, I can play this game, that game where I'm jumping on top and then sawing off somebody's
Right.
head.
I can play Mortal
But
Kombat
when
with all the details intact.
but somebody's wearing a swimsuit and all of a sudden no?
Right.
Is it because of the style of because of the style that the game is? Does it heighten, or is it seen as worse now all of a sudden because of the content and the characters or the character interactions? Is that why? Does it break a code, a hidden code within, or a hidden rule within Nintendo? I personally don't know. I think it's bizarre. And for me, I'd be like, what parts are they censoring? That would be interesting. And I just think it's weird. I think be consistent. If you're gonna be, what are you protecting? Like, you did the Switch 2, you've welcomed third party. Obviously, you want more of a mature audience playing your
Right.
games.
Right.
Call of Duty's is Call of Duty on here
Call of Duty's
on the
still
Switch 2?
supposedly coming to Switch 2.
Supposedly coming. So it doesn't make any sense to me,
Yeah.
right? You have The Witcher,
Yeah.
Cyberpunk,
Yeah.
where so those aren't censored. So why this? Is there a deal that they're cutting? Was it something that Dispatch is required to do? Is it something that Dispatch signed in their contract to where, oh, if we want to go platform, we and you wanted to go faster, we have to censor this? I don't know. It's just very bizarre. Is it something on the side of Dispatch that they wanted to do that on Nintendo? or is it because Nintendo told them to do so?
That's a fair question, and I honestly don't know the answer. Right? I don't know
Yeah, no,
who is.
I'm just trying to think.
Right, right, right. That's a fair question, though. A very
Does
fair question.
does Dispatch get a bonus for doing that on Nintendo? Hey, listen, we can do this, but if you censor this part, this makes us look good, and we can mark this off of our yearly
Right. We
quota.
can swing this to a
And
T
X,
for
Y. You know,
teen, and
maybe,
yeah, and sell more
maybe,
copies. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
maybe that's what the deal was, and that's why they decided to censor it. Well, if you wanted to make extra more money, take this out the game, and then boom. If that's what they're doing, if it was up to the Dispatch developers to do so, then okay, fine. Um, it just for me, it just gets me thinking. I don't know why that would be such a controversial thing because they like, oh, Bayonetta, they love Bayonetta,
Right.
you know, and
Who
you can turn
who gets
off.
naked in the opening intro? Like the cutscene.
Lydia has her clothes stripped off of her,
Right.
and she gets excited
Right. As a nun, by the way. So like
as a nun praying during prayer.
Right, 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 right.
During
Right.
yeah, so maybe when I think about it, maybe there was a deal that we're just not seeing that was there, So
Yeah. It's just like
I
when I
think
saw, I'm like, this is a odd thing. I'm like, why this game of all game? Like
I
why
think that's what
this game in particular?
this game is better, not censored. It's
Yeah,
the best,
it's
not
like
censored. I'm not nudity, but just the content,
yeah, yeah.
content wise.
Right, like you said, it's like
So
you're trying to make sure you also attract a more mature audience, like every other console maker, right? Of like Steam has parental controls, PlayStation has parental controls, Xbox has parental controls. Like this is nothing new. Just put parental controls on Dispatch.
yeah,
And if a parent decides to buy their kid that's on the parent. It's like everything else. Like on our generation, if your parents decided to buy you Resident Evil and Grand Theft Auto, that's on your parent. That's not on the game maker.
yeah,
You
no,
know,
it's not.
like
Like, the fact that I have to battle a 15-year-old on Grand Theft Auto, you're not supposed to be playing this game, kid.
right.
You
But
know?
you also don't have buy
But
Grand Theft Auto on your own money. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what I'm saying. It's like it's one of the things where I'm like, this doesn't. This is no fault of
yeah,
the distributor nor the developer. Like this is just gaming 101, like TV 101 of like
100%.
you can't watch this. You're not old enough.
100%. Yeah, so I think those play a factor into it, what I just discussed.
Okay. So let's talk some Nintendo numbers. So Nintendo released their number, or at least some of their numbers, over the past week, and the Nintendo Switch 2, not for nothing, overall has been a success story. Right? It's selling fairly well. Even Mario Kart World, which people don't seem to fully love, sold very very well. Um,
I would get Kirby over
no, but
that.
I'm saying, but I was gonna say Kirby next. Kirby sold more than Sonic Cross Worlds. It's already sold. I think if I remember the number correctly, it was like 1.8 million.
Mm.
So Kirby's doing well. Donkey Kong Bonanza has hit almost 5 million copies. Like a lot of their first party
Wow.
titles are doing very well. Besides one we're going to talk about right now, but
Oh, yeah,
before we
yeah,
get
yeah,
into
yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
before we get into that one, what are your thoughts on the sales? Like, does this bode well for Nintendo Switch 2? Do you think it's just kind of like again, again to remind the audience, we're only what 8 months in now of the Switch 2's release. We're not even in the official full year yet. Do you think this is a good sign? Is this something where they're popping champagne in the office? What are your thoughts on some of these game successes?
Uh, hmm. I think. Hold on. I'm happy for him. Number one, I don't want to see these IPs, you know, go down the
Right.
drain. Donkey Kong Bonanza, it's man, it's showing itself to have some legs. Kirby doing surprising numbers. Nobody asked for the Kirby game, but when I saw it, I said, "Hey, man, this is actually fire.
Hmm.
This is actually a fire game." I feel like it's way more complete and way more interesting than what Mario Kart's offering me.
That's what most
So
people who
I
played
would
it
pick
say.
that one over.
Yeah.
I would definitely get that 20 times over. Then that is your perfect Saturday morning cartoon I mean, Saturday morning game with your buddies over.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me the same vibe of playing Wave Race Blue Storm.
Right. Or like this is Nintendo's Twisted Metal with
Oh yeah,
with
you know,
Kirby.
Nintendo Twisted Metal with Kirby character. No,
Yeah.
which is genius.
I,
The Kirby universe is fire.
Sakurai
Um,
is, but go on.
and of course, I think yeah, this is a good start. They got some good starts. Except for a couple,
Yeah.
a couple of decisions that weren't. I just don't think they know what to do when it comes to that IP. But other than that, it's off to a great start. I mean, listen, I'm hearing what they're saying about Resident Evil on the Switch too.
Right. That it runs like butter. Okay. You bought
Man,
the third parties is carrying y'all for the first part of the year. Final Fantasy VII Remake and now
pe-
Resident Evil 9. Okay.
people are playing Cyberpunk
Mm-hmm.
on a Switch too, the full game,
Yeah.
and it's running like
This is how you get it done.
this is how you get it
Mm.
done. I'm liking the momentum. I think the product's proving besides other things, other controversial
Of
things
course, of
that are,
course.
you know, but from what I'm seeing, it's doing great. So except for this one that we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't unless you want to add on to anything
Oh,
else.
really? The only thing I wanted to say was I'm glad to see Donkey Kong Bonanza doing well. Like we've said multiple times on this podcast, this weird thing that Donkey Kong has to be attached to Mario. I'm like, no, he doesn't. Like
Not true.
he had his own cartoon. Like he has a
He
fully
had his
fleshed out
own
family,
cartoon,
comrades, antagonists. Like it's like you
which I enjoyed.
right. Like you don't need Mario for Donkey Kong to stand on his own.
Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. That is a low key fire game that I don't think a lot of people played
Because they don't push
because of
Donkey
its
Kong
length,
enough.
and also because of you needed the bongos to play the
Hmm.
game. I think, or you could have. I don't know. I think you needed those to play the game. I could be wrong, but that that was a fire game. Donkey Kong's Jungle Beat.
Hmm.
I really wish that came back. I really wish they did a part two of that.
Well, again,
Um,
hopefully that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping because of the success of Donkey Kong Bonanza, it's like, yo, Nintendo, people like Donkey Kong. Make more Donkey Kong games.
yeah, a Donkey Kong's Ultimate Destruction. I would
That's what
definitely
I'm
be looking
saying. It's
forward to
like,
that.
yo, it writes itself. It
It
writes
writes itself,
itself.
but hey, after this after this next epidemic, we definitely will do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. This is the next
Yeah, yeah.
pandemic. um, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. The one outlier of what wasn't reported, but we've seen secondary reports of estimates that Metroid Prime 4 might have, right? There's no confirmed number, so of course we're just speculating for all people like, oh, this is just from what we've seen from reporting that Metroid Prime 4 collectively between Switch 1 and Switch 2 versions may have cracked 1 million copies or just over 1 million copies. Now, what are your thoughts on that? In terms of like, is this what sends Samus out to the hills with Captain Falcon and Fox McCloud?
Um, the development was how many years?
8. Some say 6, but I'm like, also too long, but 8.
Mhm. I don't know why it's so difficult to make a game like Metroid. I don't know why you guys want to split the continuity into two different timelines. Don't think Samus needs that.
Right.
I think what you guys should have done was just do a storyline around bounty hunters, and you get your multiplayer shooter and your Metroid Prime storyline in one game.
Or if you're gonna
There's enough
split it,
Borderlands.
you can make Metroid Prime your Nintendo's Halo. But go on.
You could make it Metroid Prime Nintendo's Halo or Nintendo's Mass Effect,
Yes, yes, that's
right?
another good
Third
option too.
person.
Yeah, yeah.
The thing is, Samus doesn't work as a character around other characters because she doesn't talk.
Mm-hmm.
When she did talk, you guys hated her in another M.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
the dialogue wasn't the greatest, I understand, but at least you get a feel. Okay, there's enough characters out there. Well, how would Samus, a character like Samus, sound? I don't know. Ghost in the Shell. If she seems to be like the major, that
Mm-hmm.
seems like a good pick, right? Um, uh, an adult. Let me see a character. An adult character that's fire, right? Maybe her personality is similar to. Hmm.
Well, I don't want to stay on this too long, so if you
No,
can,
we don't. We
yeah.
don't. We don't have to. But yeah, nothing comes to mind. But like, I think the major from Ghost in the Shell. That's a good
Mm-hmm.
character to pick from if you want to get a feel for how she's going to behave around other people.
Right.
I think those will be a great pick for to give the character some base and make her interesting. I just think you have too many games to where if you guys were to tackle open world, hey, why don't we pull from Borderlands? And then we'll just add our puzzle pieces to it. You know,
Right.
there's a lot of games where they could have pulled from. I don't see why this was so hard
Or
for
just
it to
don't
have the
do open
success,
worlds, yo. I
or
keep
just
preaching from the
don't do
mountaintop.
open world.
Just do zones.
Do a hub
Yeah,
world.
just
Do
do
zones.
zones.
Exactly. Do a hub. Yeah, do a hub world. Um, because I just think the way the game was made didn't number one, the story. I'm hearing the story is awful.
Hmm.
It just leaves a lot of open ended and people play Metroid Prime for the story. You
Right,
guys
right.
can't separate the two. I played Metroid Prime Dread, and to me that was phenomenal. Um, I would love to see a Metroid Prime Dread in first person. That'd have been crazy.
Hmm.
Well, you got a stalker enemy. I just think there's time to there's you should do different things with the Metroid Prime universe, man. I think it's time to kind of probably try something else. I do think this. Here's what I think is gonna happen. I think they're gonna do what they did with Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword didn't sell the most,
Hmm.
so I think they're gonna. Because I would liken this to a Skyward Sword. This is Metroid Prime Skyward Sword,
Okay.
right? So they're gonna flatline it. They're gonna take the L. We got another Metroid Prime that they're gonna be working on, and this one has to do the job.
Yeah.
And because of the pressure, I think it'll do the job.
Okay.
And I think Metroid Prime is not gonna go away. I think it's just going to. They're gonna have to find a way to strengthen this one thing because now Nintendo seems to be okay with experimenting, being more creative. The creativity that we want, maybe not at the speed that we wanted to, maybe because we are afraid that they're going to take priority over certain things versus just focusing on games.
Hmm.
Because they seem to be a company that'll lose sight of things sometimes,
Quickly too, where it's
and
like Yoshi's getting
very
his own
quickly.
game, but it's Yoshi's in the mysterious storybook. Is that's the name of the game? That's what we're doing with Yoshi. All right,
You
I
could have turned
guess.
Yoshi into Spyro the Dragon. Anyone?
Right, right, right,
Just
right,
reskin it.
right, right. All right, I guess.
Why
I
are
know,
we doing all?
I know, I know.
They need to pay us, man. They need to pay. They're lucky we don't got bread.
Yeah, they're gonna take our idea and then flag our video.
Jeff Keighley would to introduce a couple of guys that are my personal friends. You know them from the Press Start Select podcast.
Right,
Give it up. You know
single-handedly
what I'm
breathe new life into the industry with ideas. Just 1+1
saying?
still
But we gonna
equals
be on.
2. Ah!
Hey, 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 it's Black History Month. You want to see somebody of the black heroes that saved gaming? Ding! Meet Press Start
That's
Select
hilarious.
podcast.
That's hilarious.
That right there.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I can just see it. I can just see it. Just
But
see
all
it.
right, let's move on to some very quick Xbox news. Just one topic to really cover for Xbox this week. Uh, Obsidian says that Avowed and Outer Worlds 2 failed to meet financial expectations. Grounded 2 ended up selling better than expected, and there will not be an Outer Worlds 3, but they would like to make more games in the Avowed universe. They also said that putting out 3 games in 1 year was, for better or worse, and again, I'm just loosely quoting, a mistake. Like when you're doing something like that, something is wrong. So, one, what are your thoughts on the announcements with these games, and then the thoughts about like, is putting out 3 games in a year a mistake?
I think Xbox should just wrap it up, man.
Xbox as a whole or Obsidian?
It's not Obsidian's fault. Like, I don't think Obsidian did anything wrong but to do what they were asked to do. They released Outer Worlds 2, which is a better game. I think marketing wise, it just wasn't. It was. I think it came out too soon,
To
in
me, it
my
was dead on
opinion.
arrival once they said it was
Um.
$80 out the gate. That immediately,
Oh yeah, yeah. That killed it too. And nobody's gonna care to say to check every day, look into the fridge to see if the food is still there. Oh, what? Oh, okay. I don't care. That's one. You're right.
hmm
Absolutely true. Um, Avowed. I knew that game was not going anywhere. Nobody asked for it, right? We wanted you. You released that game after Elder Scrolls. That's the games you release to give you. Oh, okay. Well, can't play anymore. Elder Scrolls. Let me play this.
right, right,
What you thought was like what nobody. You think we care about first persons? We don't. Like, if you had made this game a third person, it would have been better received. You have first person here, first person here, first person here. There's games that look way more interesting than what I'm seeing with the Avowed.
yeah. In a year
So
where
why
Kingdom
would I
Come
want to?
Deliverance 2 comes out, you can't do what they did with Avowed. You can't.
And you have fantasy on your side.
Yeah.
You don't have to give me an HBO story with
Right.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck in the same screen. You don't have to
Right.
do
You
that.
make the rules. It's your world.
You make the rules, man. You didn't like how Game of Thrones season the final season ended? Hey, rewrite
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Make it your
Right,
version.
right.
That's all you had to do. Nobody wanted like about once I saw that trailer, the arrow and oh, it's a first person medieval fantasy game. And to say Elder Scrolls in the same breath as Avowed, I said I'll just take the hit and wait.
Yeah.
It's my Grand Theft Auto you're talking about. I will
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Um,
those
I
are
just
all solid points. Like I really don't have much more to add on in terms of my own opinion. I'm like, that kind of hit the nail on the head for what I was thinking of. Like, these games just weren't it. They just weren't it. I'm like,
they
Avowed
want
wasn't
it.
it. And Outer Worlds 2, you shot yourself in the foot and pretended that the price rollback would save things. Like, no, the first impression of this game is you are vastly overestimating its value to the community. And now, because of where the internet is and where the gaming community is, now they are determined to teach you a lesson, no matter what.
We still have the same tool we used for Cyberpunk in our pocket. We'll pull out that knife. We still have that knife,
Mm-hmm.
and it's still bloody.
Mm-hmm.
We did not wipe,
Right.
and it's rusting. We did not clean. It's we're
Right.
ready to give you a stab to the
Right.
rib, man.
I'm gonna
So I
teach
just
you a
think
lesson, no matter what. We saw it happen in Borderlands
no
4.
matter what.
Oh, just okay, Randy Pitchford. Watch. Right. Borderlands 4 fails to meet sales
Flatline.
expectations. I wonder why.
Yeah. Yeah. I just it's not. I don't think the Outer Worlds team to me is not a problem. It's the projects that you hand to them. This game has a lot of passion behind it. I think Outer Worlds. Um, this should have been. To be honest with you, they should have put No Man. Not they should have put what's that movie from Todd Howard? The game that Starfield. This should have Starfield money and should be Saints Row of the Starfield
Mm,
world or whatever. I
like
think
something you
Outer
kind
Worlds
of
2
continue to invest into. Yeah, yeah.
should have been their version of Borderlands, but with the mechanics from a Fallout game. and I think it would have been a hit. I think it would have been more of a hit. I think the game is still great, but nobody can grasp what it is. There's no I don't see anybody clipping this game up or fighting bosses,
No.
interesting characters, none of that. So that's probably another reason why it's just, "Oh, well, we have no bosses." Man, you lose.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
have
no
no
real
interesting
standout
characters.
mechanics.
You lose
I honestly saw more clips for
again.
Grounded too of like, look, watch me ride my fire ant as I fight off this tarantula. It's like, oh, okay, that's actually kind of cool looking. Like,
Well, because you wanna know why it works? What's one of our favorite movies as a kid?
honey, I shrunk the kids. I know.
This juice box now is gonna be powering my nail paperclip cannon I made from a paperclip and a giant rubber band, and this junk has enough power to pierce through a shell of a scorpion?
You know, the more we talk, I'm like, we probably could win that. We probably could succeed as a consultation company of like, hey, all the '90s movies we loved, let's just do it
No,
in
no,
a
no, no,
video game.
out of 500 videos, how many times were we wrong?
Very few. Very few.
Very few. I could say just 3. And even when we were wrong, we became right.
Right, right, right. The forecast was a little bit off, but the rain still came. Like,
Like when jokingly we said it's gonna snow in Florida. What's happening?
right, right. You're waking up to ice on your windows.
Lake Okeechobee.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
I'm about to skate
That's
Okeechobee. You feel me?
hilarious.
Like yo,
But yeah, no, I'm
dog.
just like,
Like
yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm like, I just to me, I do think Obsidian. To the when I saw that, I'm like, I feel like Obsidian's trying to like jump in front of the bullet for Xbox a little bit of like what you said at the beginning of like we all know that Xbox probably put you to task of like I'm sure there was a general Slack meeting, right? Of like, okay, we need Game Pass games. Who got something cooking? And Obsidian was like, we do. And that was just kind of how all that got rolling of like putting out three distinct games in 1 year because Game Pass needs content. But I think it's a thing of like that's not it's not gonna get it done.
you for what I listen for what Obsidian achieved. That is fire
No, of
for
course,
what they achieved
that's
to drop
unprecedented.
Avowed and
Yeah,
Outer Worlds 2. And just I just see the bags in the eyes of the team. It's like, it's you're moving at the desperation of a company who doesn't have any stable feet.
yeah,
They're not confident in what they make.
yeah, yeah.
So in return, you're with someone who's not confident. They're not strong. They're not a strong team. Your heads are not a strong team, right? Versus you saying, I don't care about video games. You should say, how can I make this work? And who's the person to lead and let them do their thing?
Yeah.
Versus saying, I want my money back
Right,
tomorrow
right, right.
because we let you lend this much. What type of business people are you? You don't have to make the money within the 30 seconds that you make it. You're not going to be more poor if you wait a year and a half. That
Right.
money is a year and a half's worth of
Yeah.
money. Just because so and so made this much money off of toilet paper doesn't mean you have to make you can't.
Right.
Just like these entities are being ran, they get so high up in the scale that they become almost as docile as a person who's never done business.
Yeah. It's like like we made this. I think not this part of the pod before. It's like watching your favorite rapper lose touch with the streets. It's like we're not saying you to be in the streets, right? I don't want to see you, like uh, I don't know, pick a rapper, right? That got locked up as if it was still 1995, but it's just like at least have a homeboy over, catch up with what's going on. What like what's the street like? Find out what the culture is feeling so you don't lose touch. And I think what your point is like they at some point on the rise they lost touch of like you're not this is not the way you dial in on like you're losing the gaming aspect of it and you're just like it's content. It's like well if it's content is continuous. It's a slow drip of like you said. Let's give them a year, right? Let's let Outer Worlds 2 get some DLC and expansion pack, right? Cyberpunk really didn't get cooking until the expansion pack. If we're being completely honest, like that's what did the most damage control.
The anime saved, not the expansion pack, the anime saved.
Well, I think the anime brought some goodwill back. But the expansion pack is what kind of got the game back on its feet.
Anime. The expansion pack, it was the anime, bro. Because what was happening that the price went up.
Yeah,
Not the price.
it brought
The games
goodwill.
people. Yeah, uh, yeah. I'm gonna research some more, but you're probably right. But I do think the anime had way more. I think the anime did way more to help than the expansion pack was a solidifier. That's what I
Yeah,
think.
but I think
Because
ultimately with Outer Worlds, so I think that's the approach you need of like you need to see how much you can where this can go, especially when you're with a company. I'm not gonna sit there and be like Xbox should throw the kitchen sink into some of these developers, but I'm like you're not a company that's without resources. You know what I'm saying? You're not dealing with like a small company, a small private company that just believed in you. It's like you're dealing with like the third richest company on the planet. I think they could, give you a light bulb a little bit longer for this IP.
they could, and then the crazy thing is like look at what they're like. Microsoft now is struggling with Windows 11. People are actually for the first time considering going straight to a Mac.
Hmm. Gladly going
Right?
to a Mac
Once you
just
find
to
gladly
yeah.
going to Mac. Oh, you mean to tell me I could wait? You guys make your own chip? Yeah, that chip shortage is not going to happen to us.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Uh,
No rebuttal.
I walk in my house, and I got my home pods, and my home pod from the first floor to the second floor
I
follows the
can
music I'm
airdrop
listening
from the
to.
front door to the attic.
And then after that, I can turn on. I could actually control and tell people, "Hey, turn off the camera,
Yeah,
Siri.
yeah,
Turn on the camera, Siri. Open the garage door." From my iPhone and my HomePods, which is just 99
yeah,
bucks.
yeah.
Uh, Alexa, who? Yeah,
Yeah, no, no.
and my entire music library.
Yeah,
Also, if I have Spotify, I can also just transfer the music. I don't have to get rid of Spotify. I don't have to, but I could easily transfer the music to
yeah.
which has more, and no
Right.
commercials.
More
You
modes,
still
more
you
features.
still
Yeah.
you still use commercials? Oh,
No, if it's fair. It's fair.
hey, I understand. This is Tenmu, and then there's
That's
Alibaba,
funny.
and then there's
That's
Shein.
funny. I
If
just
you like Tenmu music,
ultimately
I'm
I
not
just hope
saying that you don't have reach a certain bracket. I just hope your baloney's real.
right. Ultimately, I'll just say like I hope that this doesn't blow back on Obsidian themselves, right? Like obviously, they're a very talented team that just took on too much.
I don't even I don't really blame I can't blame I have to blame Microsoft. They did the impossible.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like
they did.
Obsidian, they did the impossible. We didn't hear any complaints. We didn't hear any issues with development. This guy, whoever this team is, they're operating like a true AAA
Yeah.
company.
Hmm. What more?
True
What more
AAA
would you want
company.
from them? To be honest.
What more would you want? They were able to handle pressure, and to me, this is strength. So I think to be able to do a game to where you're dealing with dialogue, these were the guys who originally did what Fallout 3,
Yeah.
and for that to be the best Fallout, they're like moving like Treyarch, right?
Hmm.
And then Treyarch versus Infinity Ward,
Hmm. Hmm.
you know. So I personally, I think this team, the what went wrong with Outer Worlds 2 is just we don't know what the world is. It's easy to get this lost between this and then having to deal with the game from Todd Howard, which I don't even remember anymore.
Starfield. Yeah.
Starfield.
No, I'm with you on that.
You could get,
It's not
you
distinct
know,
enough. I
and
totally understand.
it's not distinct
Yeah,
enough. Like, where's the villain? What's the plot of Outer Worlds 2?
that's fair.
You know?
Fair critique.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I think killed it. There was no protagonist, there's no personality.
Yeah.
The world is great, but there's no personality.
Yeah, some of the designs were cool, right? The little moon face guy. I'm like, okay, you guys did kind of like Pip Boy. I'm like, okay, I see the vision.
Great,
Yeah.
great. But who's the bad guy?
Yeah.
I can go to Fallout and you remember who the bad
Yeah.
guy is in Fallout and
Yeah.
deep
Yeah,
characters in
yeah.
Fallout. But this doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
You don't have any Cassidy Space Ranger, you know,
That's
nothing.
fair.
You could have easily made this Will Smith Wild Wild West in space, and it would have been a 10 out of 10 game.
Yeah, fair. That's fair. Let's move on
That's
to
it.
PlayStation news. Now, PlayStation, the news is a little interesting because a lot of it has to do with their patents, right? A couple of patents, to be honest. One of which just got announced, I think today. If not today, today, this morning. Um, PlayStation got approved for a patent that we don't, to be fair, we don't know the full details of quite yet, but it would seem like they're looking to patent the concept of having a podcast on PlayStations that are ran primarily by AI voiced PlayStation IP characters. So imagine Kratos and Parappa the Rapper talking about whatever they would talk about within the PlayStation home or whatever it would debut on. Um, what do you think about this idea, and why do you think it's terrible? I'm just gonna assume like you don't think.
I don't know if this is an ex. I don't know if this guy at one point worked on Space Ghost Coast to Coast and pitched it to
Yeah,
Sony.
yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of as to why this exists. But again, these are the same guys that wanted Concord to work.
Not only wanted Concord to work is an understatement. Thought
Believe
they had
it.
Star Wars, the gaming equivalent of Star Wars.
How? How? Star Wars?
Right.
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars in its prime, Star
Star
Wars.
Wars. Darth Vader. Star Wars Jedi.
Yeah.
Where's your Jedi?
Yeah. I think when it comes to the patent, it's pretty obvious that PlayStation is trying to, like every other platform, right? To be fair, they're trying to find ways to keep you on PlayStation, right? So like even when they launched the tips feature, where rather than running to YouTube for a guide, they have a little thing you can bring up in the menu that shows you how somebody beat that stage you're struggling with. I think PlayStation is looking like, again, like other companies, for a retention based model of like how can we keep you on our platform for as long as possible, right? So like a podcast, a gaming related podcast, obviously not a bad idea. Like look what we do every week. But I just think the approach to it of like, well, we're not going to really pay anybody. We're just going to have our IP characters kind of just talk about whatever, just to make sure that
With
you're
AI.
clocked in.
I think it's a terrible idea. And I think I could come up with better ideas, but I'm not gonna say it here because I don't want you guys to get paid.
Yeah,
I want people to get paid actually. You know what? It'll benefit the people. You hire, you make your own podcast. You guys, the ownership of the podcast would be Sony.
hmm
You put it on several
hmm
channels on Twitch, and you hire someone to do it for you. You because it's the game. There's so many things you could benefit from to where it's Space Ghost Coast to Coast, but with Kratos. Or I mean, unless you want to unless you and have no intentions of bringing back Kratos, you can have Ares run it
right.
and make
But they have
Ares a
every
joke.
intention to bring back Kratos, so it would have to
Yeah, but
be.
which Kratos are you gonna bring back? And are you gonna let the original voice actor
Nope.
voice him? If not, I don't see you're gonna do an AI voice. You've already lost. People hate AI. They're losing their minds. You're getting the reaction that people from the Terminator are reacting towards AI.
This
They've
feels
had
this
enough of it.
feels like that one scene from iRobot when the people start clashing with the machines in the streets of like, yo, we're sick. Like, no, no, no.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf is at the helm.
Yeah,
Hey, you mess with one of us, you mess
you
with
mess
all
with
of us. You know
all
what I'm
of
saying?
us.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Fam, let me tell you. Um, I think I know that this isn't gonna work. I just don't. understand how are these ideas getting across and our ideas don't,
Yeah.
or anybody with a brain doesn't.
What's weird? What's always weird to me when I see stuff like this, and this just doesn't apply to Sony. It applies to kind of across the board. I'm like, for a bunch of these companies that are trying their absolute hardest to convince the general population how beneficial AI is, you're picking the worst possible representations of what AI could be used for. In what scenario would we want voice actors to not get paid? You know, a computer controlled media personality, right? So that's two jobs already.
Two jobs.
And then I'm turning on my PlayStation to do this, or is this on the app? What is this from? Are we pulling a Netflix where Netflix just bought a bunch of podcasts and brought them to the network of actual people? You know, it's just like you, between them, between Microsoft and Copilot, I'm just like, you're picking the apps. It's like, what is the absolute worst case scenario that we could use AI in that we don't have to hire anybody in a horrible job market and then pitch it to the people as like, this is something you need. And not only do something you need, we're going to put it under a subscription service that you're going to want to pay for. It's like, I don't want to pay for that. We see reports every day. I'm like, yo, Chat GPT may not be around the way we think it's going to be around.
After they just lost that deal.
Right. People don't like they do not want this the way you think they want. Like we're just looking at advanced Siri or advanced Alexa. That's what it's looking like for most of the population. And occasionally some admittedly very funny AI generated videos. Like that's it.
Not to, not to mention how much power it takes to run these data centers.
There's this
And
fishing community
like,
that's being dried up on the daily, so you can ask Sora to make you, put me in Kingdom Hearts 4 and like have me fight, I don't know, Darth Vader with a keyblade for 6 seconds.
you know what's so funny, man? And it's like, yeah, you're the compute. Nobody's gonna nobody's gonna get a quantum computer to play the video game.
Yeah.
You need sub degree temperature for this thing to run
Right.
so it doesn't fry. So it doesn't get fried. And also, it just made me realize how much fantasy goes into these giant structures in space. Kid, what part of the moon are you guys gonna cut in half to
To
make
make
a
an AI
space
machine.
colony? Oh, to make a space colony
Oh, yeah.
and then have AI run it at that.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. I just, like I said, I see these things. I'm just like, because it's one of those things, because once you see the headline, it's like, there's no way. And then you click on it, it's like, and it's sourced and it's quoted, and it's just like, what?
Them boys really
What?
acting like they got the big Getty star in the back of their pocket.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, back to what Sony's doing. Listen, hey, they got money to blow. That's why they selling the TCL.
That's
So,
funny.
um,
So let me ask you about something that I think it's been a little bit controversial online, but I don't think I'll answer first because I don't think it's a bad idea. But apparently another patent that they got approved for was the idea of a completely button-free controller, where essentially all the touchpads can be mapped based on the player's uh, usability or comfortability or accessibility, for lack of a better term. And I'm like, I actually kind of think that would be fire. Of like, again, we take it for granted because we've been gaming all of our lives. Of like, if I tell you, S-Ring, pick up this PlayStation controller, pick up this Nintendo Switch, pick up this Xbox, even if you're a primary Xbox player, you'll pick up on a PlayStation controller, or Switch controller like this because it's ingrained into a part of your brain.
it's familiar.
I've handed my wife a controller, and 30 minutes in, she forgets that X is still for jump. In the tutorial, X was jump, and on the first puzzle, X was jump, and she forgets. But I don't get mad at her because I'm like, you don't play video games. But if you had a controller that made sense to you, of like, maybe for you, X needs to be where circle is, and that's what makes it easier for you to play. I'm not mad at that idea. But what do you think?
I don't like how it feels to press a button on a touchscreen when it comes to a video game.
Okay.
I don't take it seriously, and I don't think the glass is going to be durable enough because just some of the games are very demanding. Like if I can't play a fighting game, if I can't do a Tekken combo at the speed of touch, I don't think I can't take it seriously. I think it'll be great for an adventure game. It'll probably be reliable like that. I think it's a great accessibility controller if people are disabled. I think it's a perfect controller.
Yeah, I would
Um,
imagine that's what they're primary pitching it for as an accessibility controller.
I think it's going to be great. Do I want an iPhone experience when I'm playing my video game?
Yeah,
Do
but you're
I
also
think
a long term gamer who's able bodied. You know, like that. That's also the other
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. No, no, if it's strictly for someone who has a, disability, I think it's perfect.
Hmm.
I want you to be able to enjoy and have fun. But if it's for like the common man, I don't maybe they'll make it work, but do I think it'll be the most reliable controller? Because I'm like, what's gonna be faster, the touch or the pressing the button? And what gives you the feedback that you've successfully
Press the right button. Yeah.
placed that input?
Hmm. I'm with you.
So I don't I don't know, man. There's the backbone sells for a reason, you know? The Switch 2 isn't just all touch for a reason,
Hmm.
you know? Even the Sony handheld, it's not just all touch for a reason. So this one, if it's just for the sake of being mappable, then I think it's cool.
Because
I think it's
because
great.
with the
Even
things that they've been able to accomplish with the PS5's haptic feedback controllers, it's like those are pretty accurate. Like any game that I play that's required that, like it works. It works fine, and that's literally just a little me running my thumb over like a little pad.
Neo 3 is I love pulling out the bow and arrow because I can feel the torque.
Hmm.
I can feel the pullback.
Yeah, Spider-Man Two.
That
You
makes
the way you press down on the trigger for your upswing determines like how far you're going or whatever the case may be.
I man, that's an experience that draws me more into the game.
Hmm.
That's why I'm starting to realize I'm like, yo, I'm enjoying this game more on this system than in this system.
Hmm.
Why is that? Low key subconsciously, the haptic feed, it does more than what I thought it would.
Yeah, it,
And
it
so
almost justifies the,
I
the
don't know.
prices for the controller. You're like, you know what, this was kind of
It
worth
does it does.
it.
Oh, controller that you made me see by an accident, I'm as soon as the pre-orders, happy birthday to me.
Yeah,
I
like
might get all 3.
kind of
Get Side for the Sky Dragon.
all three is in my hand. Just
All 3, man. I might get all 3, but, yeah, I don't know. I think it's great if it's for accessibility, but don't lead as that don't lead with that being your flagship
right.
controller.
Like
You
if they're like this is the PS6 controller, I'm like, well, we've already gone too far. You know what I'm saying? Like we have already
way too
crossed that threshold. But again, if it's what we're thinking, it's accessibility. I'm like, I'm 1,000% on board with this. You know, I'm like,
mhm,
I think that would be great. You know, I think, PlayStation games don't win awards almost every year for accessibility for no reason. Like it's clearly a passion for
mhm.
them. So if that helps it further it, like I said, I'm 1,000% on board. So that wraps up our gaming topics. Which is good timing because we were running out of time and we still have our one anime topic for the night. Which is just a for our otaku insights. S Frank, what are some of the anime that you are looking forward to this year? Whether it be a film, a series, a second season to something. What are you looking forward to this year?
This year, what I'm looking forward to, hmm, Definitely Dragon Ball Z. That's one.
Really?
Mention yeah, yeah. I want to see because I'm more optimistic with the moral arc because they can change some stuff.
Oh, we're not getting the more arc till the end of next year, though.
The end of next
This
year.
year is just
Okay.
Beerus.
Well, okay. Well, with Beerus, I'm expecting them to retcon some things to make it make sense. I hope they retcon Diamond's 4. Yeah, I don't care. I know that's wild, but yeah, they need to.
Hmm.
They need to. It's I don't think people like it. I think they think people like it.
People like
I don't.
certain
I hate it.
aspects of it. I don't know if they like it in the sense of like it's a memorable series.
No, 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 no. I think Daima 4,
Oh, the des-
specifically Daima
oh,
4.
that, okay. I see what you're saying.
No, it's too comical. And what's the difference between this and Gogeta? Well, that's GT. Well, if you're saying everything exists all at the same time, then it can't just be GT. But animated Fire Force is already out, right?
You would know better than me. I haven't started Fire Force at all yet. So
So right now, I think Freeren's done. I'm watching Freeren. Oh, well, there's a new anime coming out by the creator of Full Metal Alchemist.
that's the one I'm looking forward to. The
I'm looking forward to that one.
the Demons of the Shadow Realm. I'm looking like she gave me a classic. She gave me one of the greatest animes of all time. So I'm
Yeah.
open to giving whatever she wants to do next a chance.
I haven't heard anything about it manga wise. I'm pretty sure there's a
There's a
manga.
manga, yeah.
Uh, yeah, so but I haven't heard any momentum dealing with that.
My only critique with that, or I can't say critique. My only skepticism with that is like I don't know if the character designs are unique enough from Full Metal Alchemist, but maybe that's just me
Mhm.
being nitpicky. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
I don't think you're gonna. Yeah,
because like you look at, for
Full
example, like
Metal
some of these
Alchemist.
other like long running series of like when Toriyama did other stuff, like yeah, there was elements right of like um uh Jaco or even the what was the other one, Sandland. It's like there was elements of like okay, you can tell this is
Mhm.
Toriyama, but it wasn't like okay, there goes
Mhm.
Goku, but just in a different body. Or like even with the creator of Yu Yu Hakusho, it's like there was nobody in Hunter x Hunter that looked like Yusuke. Like whereas this one, I'm
Yes,
like this,
for
I'm like
sure.
I kind of know who's behind this. Like it took 2 seconds to know. I'm like, oh, this is Full Metal Alchemist creator.
Um, Gundam Hathaway.
Okay,
Gundam Hathaway. I'm looking forward to. Um, Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell. I'm looking forward to. To be a hero, I got to get into that. I think it's still going on. Baki. I
speak
know.
for yourself.
I know. Slideshow the anime.
Speak for
But I
yourself.
gotta see how it ends. I gotta see how it ends. Um Bleach, of course.
Yes, that's another one.
Bleach. Yeah, Bleach, of course.
That's one where it's like
Um,
they gotta fix a few things. To be honest.
yeah, they gotta fix a few things, man. Um, I think it's called Yaiba. I'm gonna get into it with the samurai.
Okay. Oh, the little like
Um,
small kid that looks like Brave Friends of
yeah,
Musashi. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. The
yeah, yeah,
animation looks
yeah. So
crazy.
I'm the fight scenes are
Yeah,
oh man. I'm not into Black Clover, man, so I don't really
that's
care.
fine. Neither am I. Like,
Yeah. Um, and there are some Chinese anime movies. I want to see The Life of Hiei too.
okay,
That one is a much watch. The Life of Hiei. Gundam Hathaway, I mentioned that. I think the first one I liked it. It was just very mature. I just want something. I don't need things blowing up every 30 seconds. I want set pieces that I remember. When I say I watched that anime, and I felt the weight of the Gundams. The Gundams would shoot a barrel, and the bullets would fall next to the people. We never think about how massive these units are.
Mm-hmm.
That is terrifying. A tank just decides to land in your backyard,
Mm-hmm.
and anything it does, loss of hearing, burns, poisonous gas.
Right.
If
Shockwaves
it
from
decides to
impact.
take off,
Yeah, yeah.
shockwaves from
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
impact, if it decides to take off again, where's the jet looking for? Where's the jet pointing towards?
Right.
Where's the thrust? You're getting burned alive by jet, blown away. Debris flies into your face. When I say terrifying, the Gundam just happens to step over your head. Thank God it missed you. You're just you can't move. But there's 3 more Gundams on. Keep your death
Yeah.
bots away from this
Yeah,
planet,
yeah. Weapon
please.
of mass destruction.
Oh,
For sure.
weapons of ma that's that's what Jeff Bush was that's what George Bush was looking for, dog. But, thank God he didn't find it, otherwise Duo woulda had him.
Mm.
But yeah, those are some of the things I'm looking forward to. I don't know if they're gonna re-release Endless Waltz. I don't know if they're doing a remake.
I don't think so. I feel like I don't know if this is a good or bad thing, right? Given what they've been doing with a lot of our childhood favorites, of like it seems like most of these teams are either booked or pretty stretched thin. So it's like I think some promotional specials we might get a couple more this year, but I don't know if we're gonna get a full blown anime because it's like, well, then who's gonna make it? All of the heavy hitters are all involved in projects. I'm sure Toy is assembling the Avengers for Moro. Then you got, what's it called? Mappa doing jujitsu, right? Like there's a lot of the big names that are all on big projects. So I don't know if Gundam Wing specifically falls in that category of priority.
Man, Record Ragnarok is gets me the angriest out of all of the animes because it's such a fire concept,
Well, to me,
and
I
I
feel like it's
love
one of those things where it's like
their
it's kind of like how I resign with One Punch Man of like I'll just read the manga. I don't have time to even attempt this. Right? At some point, I want to get into Blue Lock. I'm like, I've heard about Blue Lock season 2. I'll just read the manga.
I seen the animation for season
Yeah,
2.
I'll just read the manga. I'm not even gonna frustrate myself.
One Pencil Man.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
If I was so aggravated by Lemillion's fight in My Hero Academia, and you're telling me there's a season that looks just like that every episode, I'll just read the manga. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
Good point, good point, good point. Man, those are what I'm looking forward to, man. Yeah, those are the animes I'm looking forward to. I want another season. I want them to announce another season of Delicious Dungeon.
Again,
Um,
these studios, bro,
I'm
they're
I'm just
busy.
waiting.
They're busy.
I am I'm waiting, man, because that was a very fun time for me, man. I love everything about Delicious Dungeon. I just like it's one of those the like you don't always want a serious plot in the end of the world scenario.
Yeah.
Like, give me a good story to where it's still lighthearted, does have its moments of intensity, but the payoff's great.
That's how I looked at Mob
I
Psycho
think that
100.
to me,
I'm like, this is very slice of life.
yeah, slice of life, yes, and then that's exactly what. Oh, how could we forget? How could we forget the reason why we're here? One of the reasons, of course. And I'll start off by saying, "Ora, ora, ora,
Oh,
ora,
of
ora, 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 ora,
course.
ora, ora, ora."
Of course. Steel Ball
Steel
Run. Wow.
ball run.
Blasphemous if we didn't mention this before this podcast is over.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Listen, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, even Jolene's arc, still had moments of gold for me.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't my favorite, but still had moments of gold for me. I just wish Araki went in certain directions. There were things that were very way more interesting. You mean to tell me this guy hates Poochie and the way he's talking about is he about to usurp him?
Yeah.
I want to see what stand this guy had. I did there were certain things that could have went, I wish he explored, but he didn't. But whatever.
It's one of those things where like it is a flawed series sandwiched between two fire series, right? Like Golden Wind is held into such high regard. Steel Ball Run is held into like it's hard for Jolene's arc to be as flawed as it is, given what it's up against. I think if it had happened before Golden Wind, whereas like Diamond is Unbreakable is more of a like it depends on your taste. I think it would have been better received. But like coming off of Golden Wind, it's like anyone in that cast could have been the main character. Like you know what I'm saying?
Man, I felt like all you needed to do was copy the raid, man. The best part of Jolene's saga was when she was in prison. Now, if each that was the best arcs, man.
Yeah.
Those were the best arcs, man. Those were the within the prison. It
yeah.
should have stayed.
I think the biggest other thing with Stone Ocean is that the stand powers got a little fantastical. Like when Dio's son was like, I can recreate a plane crash. It's like, bro, what are we even doing? Like, you could do what? My stand is to trap you in a tragic accident. Like, what? My stand is to bring cartoons to life.
So you mean to tell me your stand is Final Destination?
Yes.
You win.
Right.
You win. You beat the game. You beat the game. No, what are you talking about?
That's your
fam?
stand power. It got a little ridiculous.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are some of the animations I'm looking forward to, man. Because with Dragon Ball Z, the animations there, they seem that they're definitely going to put money into the animation from what I'm seeing, and that if there's anything that needed to be redrawn, it was that
No, for
season that
sure.
aired on
For
television.
sure. Like a lot of the, when I did my little YouTube short about it, like a lot of the comments were like, oh, but this needed to be reanimated. I'm like, it did. It just didn't need to be reanimated before Moro. Like that's all I'm saying. I'm like, if this has to happen, do Moro first. What do we do? What are we talking about? This is gonna be our 5th presentation of Battle of the Gods. 5th. It could wait. It's like, oh, but they're gonna be following the manga. I'm like, the manga was the worst version of Battle of the Gods. What are you talking about? This is when people hated Toro,
And still do.
but have less reasons to do so. In the beginning,
No,
it
I
was
mean, they
like,
still
ugh.
listen. I didn't forgive Granola. I didn't forgive him for the Granola arc, man.
Yeah, but he's
I've
also the
had
one that did Moro. So it's like he's gone. Right now, he's 1 for 1. Right now, and some people would even argue that he did superhero better than the superhero movie. So it's a toss up. Goten and Trunks are way more involved in the manga. Android 18 and Krillin get way more involved in the fight in the manga. Gohan actually struggles a bit with Cell Max. He doesn't just immediately overpower him like in every single other Dragon Ball movie. We're like, oh, I found a new power. I'm untouchable now. Like,
R.I.P. Bojack.
right. So to me, I'm like, I think he's gained a little bit of favor in some ways, but people did not like him during that time period. And Battle of the Gods, his version of Battle of the Gods did not help. So this whole thing of like they're gonna do more manga stuff, I'm like, no, they did it. They did everything with this particular arc of Super. There's no hidden secrets left to reveal at this point. They covered all of it. So I don't know. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is our time.
That is our time.
As 2 people who got to be up early in the morning.
9 to 5 is calling. You know what I'm
9 to
saying?
5 is calling. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. Thank you for the comments and the likes. Obviously, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on YouTube. YouTube views are weird. I mean, we're still growing subscribers, which is great. But if you guys can share the podcast with people who you think might be interested in it, it goes a lot longer and further for us than you think it might. A like
Yep.
is appreciated. If you have access to the hype button, a hype is appreciated. And we appreciate y'all. And we hope you appreciate the podcast in this episode. S Rank, any closing thoughts for the people?
No, man. Shout out to Kerry, man. You know who you are, man. Always coming through, man. We appreciate your presence,
For
brother.
sure.
It's always giving us that extra bolt of energy that we need. Of course, like and subscribe. Prepare yourself for some future content from myself and from Antonius as well. We're going in this year, man. We're going in like the number one stunner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What? You know. Definitely looking forward to this year, to this season. We're gonna have a lot of fun. There's a lot of games for us to encounter and a lot of moments to share with each other.
Yeah.
So
The
till
everlasting
ne-
backlog grows even
till next
longer.
time.
So like, comment, subscribe.
Oh yes, like, comment,
Digimon
and
World. Oh,
subscribe.
sorry, Digimon Time Stranger is still sitting on my shelf right now. I'm like, I'm getting to you. I
You got
promise.
it.
I got it.
Oh man, you gotta stream that, brother. That's gotta be Stream
I'm
City.
still working my way through Ninja Gaiden right now. So
Which one?
the one that released last year, the Pixel one, the side scroller.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to go through my. I'm trying to get through my backlog. So
Got you.
it ain't the easiest game. In
I'll
some
be
ways, it's harder than Shinobi. So
Yeah, well, yeah, no, it's no combos, dude.
yeah, yeah,
It's classic. If I touch you, you
yeah,
dead.
yeah, yeah.
You lucky you got a life bar. Yeah, boy. It's a classic, man. Hey, that's what it felt to play Halo 1 on Legendary.
Mm. That's another thing. I have the Halo collection. So the list is long, bro. The list is very, very,
Oh
very
yeah.
long.
You got it on the PlayStation?
Steam Deck. Come on now, bro.
Steam Deck.
What's a new console
Yeah,
without some
yeah.
games? You know. So
Got you.
what's a new
It should
console
be
without some
crossplay.
games?
It should be crossplay.
I mean,
It should be
maybe.
crossplay.
No,
Yeah.
but to
I
tell
think it's
you, like, I
crossplay.
haven't booted it up. Like that's I'm like the lists.
Let me know.
Yeah.
We can definitely do Halo. We can definitely do Halo one of these days.
Okay.
But all right,
All
man.
right, bro. Well,
All
till
right.
next time, people. I am a 22 gamer, super SSS rank, the Press Start Select podcast. Peace.